Tracking numbers allows you to make proper decisions about your ecom business, which allows you to grow your business. So which metrics actually you should follow? Here are the ones that you should follow on a daily basis, weekly basis, and monthly basis. Let's jump in. Here you can see the numbers that you need to follow on a business level, monthly, weekly, and daily. Here's a snapshot of one of the portfolio reports that we are doing for some of our clients. So basically your ultimate goal as a business is to have net revenue. That's the profit that you're taking home. So how to actually get to that number? So initially you have your AOV, or which is your product price. After that, you need to pay for COGS and for shipping, payment processing fee, handling, all of that. After that, you have marketing spend. After you handle all that, you have operational costs. So basically there are 3 and 4 different levels of your revenue. So gross, contribution, and net margin. The ultimate goal is net margin. You transition that into contribution margin, which you then transition into gross margin. How is that connected to ROAS and the MER that you see in your ad account on your business level? So in order to know your target ROAS, you need to first know your break-even ROAS. Then when you know if you can hit ROAS 20% higher than your break-even, potentially that would transition into 20% net margin. So on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, we have this sheet which tells us, okay, how many sessions we have, what percentage of people add to cart, what percentage of people check out after that, and what's our overall conversion rate. We can see number of orders, AOV, percentage of new visits, which is very crucial because our goal is to acquire only new customers. I blurred this numbers, but basically we have marketing spend, which based on the number of purchases we get cost per acquisition. We have our MER percentage, and then we can see gross sales, net sales, and gross and net margin, and then net profit. So basically we have the ROAS. After that we have MER, we have gross margin, we have contribution margin, then net margin. So basically if you want to get your ROAS targets, you need to reverse engineer your numbers and go from net margin to ROAS. This is extremely useful to track on a daily basis so you know how much money you are actually taking home. Besides that, we have this funnel optimization. So I said multiple times that for me, media buying is just cherry on the top. You start doing media buying only when you have your funnel dialed in. This is the calculator that I built, which tells us where in the funnel we potentially have drops. For me, it doesn't make sense to run ads if low percentage of people would add to cart. That means that the offer is not good and we are just wasting money on ads. So here we can see that click-through rate is decent, landing page view is loading fast. Obviously there's always some drop between the clicks and landing page views due to the iOS and due to the people clicking randomly or page not loading very fast. After that we have percentage that tells us what percentage of people from landing page view actually proceed to our product page, what percentage add to cart, what percentage proceed to checkout, and what percentage proceed from checkout to purchase. So let's say if this is 10%, this percentage from add to cart to checkout, I would tell to my clients, hey, you need to fix this because it doesn't make sense for us to run ads because you're losing people. So it makes sense to optimize the gap, which is the biggest one, because there's the biggest area for improvement there. In this case, you can see that pretty much all these are in green. There's nothing wrong with this funnel. So we are okay with running ads and actually scaling. This is why we managed to spend $2 million in 1 month. This is something that I'm doing for all of my clients and for all of the prospects for which I do the audit. I compare their numbers in different quarters. You can see Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Why I'm doing that? I want to see what's the difference in performance based on a quarter and how are we actually performing at the moment. There are 4 different parts that I check in this report. So first is regarding the video metrics. I analyze thumbs up ratio, hold rate, and average watch time. We can see here that the brand improved thumbs up ratio in Q3, but they had like pretty big drop in January and in Q4, which is like way below average. On the other side, their hold rate improved, but no matter the improved hold rate, because the thumbs up ratio or hook rate is pretty bad, we can see that average watch time is pretty bad. So I can immediately tell to my clients, hey guys, we are not doing good enough videos. We need to change something to actually get more people to watch the video. After that, we have traffic section where I analyze CPM, CPC, and click-through rate. Here we can see that the CPM went down from 14, 17 to currently around 10, which is the cheapest one. But we can also see that the click-through rate drop, which is affecting our CPC, because CPC is just a measurement between the CPM and click-through rate. So I can see, okay, we are not getting a lot of people to watch the video. We are not getting a lot of people to click. So no wonder our results are pretty bad. After the traffic section, we have conversion section. I analyze here cost per add to cart, which in this case is actually pretty average. And besides that, we have a CPA, which is also average. But if we check percentage of view through conversions, we can see that this is definitely increasing. So that means Facebook is claiming the sale from some other channels. So business is not necessarily profitable in this case because someone is increasing the budget on campaigns that are getting viewed through sales that are not really incremental. In relation to this, I also check AOV and conversion rate. We can see that AOV improved, but conversion rate dropped. And if there's a client that is using third-party tracking software, then I check these numbers: triple whale ROAS, triple whale new customer ROAS, triple whale blended ROAS, and MER. In this case, we can see that all of these are way below the target. In this case, NCPA or NC ROAS target was 1.45, so currently below the target. So what I would classify here as a mistake is not great videos, or at least hooks, not great click-through rate, and then not great conversion rate, especially compared to previous periods. So that's definitely something to fix. When you have this color formatting, you can easily identify which are the mistakes that we need to fix. And besides that, on a daily basis, I'm checking numbers that are most important to me. I blurred the numbers here, but again, we have color formatting. We are tracking ad spend, CPM, CPC, click-through rate, AOV, and conversion rate. Why those numbers? Because there are only 4 metrics that are impacting your ROAS. Your ROAS is calculation of how much are you paying for impression, how much are you paying for click, how many people are converting, and what's their average order value. These are 4 numbers: CPM, click-through rate, AOV. Here in this case, for example, we can see that in this period ROAS is down, but what started happening, let's say pretty decent in CPM, but click-through rate was pretty bad and conversion rate was pretty bad. So I can easily identify that the problem is probably some outside factor, because there's no way, if we did not introduce any new ads, that the CPM will fluctuate so much that would cause a spike in conversion rate. So it's probably something correlated with consumer behavior and general drop in consumer buying. Again, as I said, color formatting is amazing here. We can easily identify, let's say here CPMs were cheap, but CPC was also cheap. So our ROAS was amazing. You can see all the green ones. But what happens when the ROAS is in red ones? We can see AOV dropped for like $30. I know what happened here. We switched the offer because we had some bundles on an exclusive sales. When we stopped running that, conversion rate was not great and our AOV was way lower, which impacted overall ROAS. That's why I'm tracking only these 4 metrics: CPM, click-through rate, AOV, and conversion rate. Besides that, something that is quite useful for all the new creative test evaluation is an early indicator calculator, which basically tells us what percentage of people ends up buying after adding to cart, what percentage of people ends up buying after initiating checkout. So when we have those percentages, when we have our target ROAS and our AOV, we can reverse engineer our targets. So let's say in this case, I need to get cost per add to cart under $15 in order to get this ROAS of 2.2. And if I launch new creative and I'm getting like cost per add to cart for 22, let's say, there's a very, very low chance I would manage to get this CPA of 37 because I'm missing the first target in my funnel, which is my cost per add to cart. Obviously, this is not always the case, but this is based on the average and on a higher period and like larger budget. So this is quite useful for all the new creative evaluation, especially if you're selling an expensive product. That's it, guys. These are the numbers that I'm following on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. If you want me to implement something like this in your ad account and you're already spending $50K on your Facebook ads, apply for the audit below. If you're not on that level yet, check my other content on the YouTube and don't forget to like, subscribe. Bye.